Hi everyone, and welcome back to my plan with me. This week is July 11th through July 17th. And hello. So I am recording just a little differently. I have my window open and am enjoying the rest of my Saturday night and waiting for the sun to set. And so there's a little natural light on this side and a little artificial light on this side. But yeah, I couldn't not have the window open. You might hear some buses go by. You might hear some trucks. Or right now it's just a few. Let me light this. This is my sanctuary one. Oh my goodness, this smells so good. So good. You might hear some birds. That's mainly why I have the window open. Just the rustle through the trees of the wind. I just want to experience it this Saturday. So yes, I plan on my Saturdays. I upload this on Sundays and start my week off on Mondays. So this is how my next week is going. I'm going to go back to my previous week in a moment, but I did have a couple things change. So I have Ridwell, which is a service that comes and picks up our recyclables that don't apply to our regular recyclable material from the city. It's like additional things they recycle, and they just switched their date to Tuesday mornings, and so I'm going to have to get things together on Mondays. I have a few Zooms this week. I have 2 doctor's appointments this week, plus this one. This is actually therapy. I meant to write therapy on there, but that's okay. It's a doctor. And we have a recycling event here that's really important that I go to. They're actually taking... I'm trying to think if they're taking actual, like, small appliances. I don't think so. They're taking electronics. And so we have a couple, like, old DVD players and CD players that we definitely want to get recycled. Some computer things. So definitely want to hit this up next Saturday. And kind of some good news is that we spent today a lot of work on the garage. So let me kind of go back on this last week. So this was my last week. We have, I've got my meals in and started the week off thinking, oh, okay, Monday is a great day that I can get a lot of just house cleaning done. It didn't happen. I had some bad episodes kind of through here. This day was not good at all. And I had to push everything forward. So, yeah, this was quite a challenge. And what I try to do is front load my week. I didn't do that for the longest time. I have to say, I'm not usually someone who piles it all on the beginning. Sometimes I kind of work better under pressure. But honestly, I've kind of switched that up the last year or so, and it helps me to really do a lot of thinking on Mondays, a lot of kind of action on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays. I'm pretty much kind of burnt out by that point, and Friday gives me hope and gives me a second wind to try to get through things on the weekend. So this is today right here, and I just pulled my cards, and we're doing planning right now. Also, as I was falling asleep last night, I was like, I didn't even put together my newsletter. And it's been months that I've been doing it to come out on Saturday mornings. And I thought, well, if I move this to Sunday morning, get it ready tonight, I can include this very video so that it's not actually a week late for everyone. Sorry, I'm just checking a cord here to make sure that it's not being burned by the candle. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get it ready right after this and then include this video. So yeah, because of everything that's happened and because I've been trying to do more in my business group, I'm taking a hard look at how much I'm putting out in terms of social media and things, just other content, to really give this a lot more room this next week. And so I've been looking really heavily at my work schedule. So that's why I'm checking that off. And what I'm looking at is, how can I combine a couple things so that I have actual full days to really work on things? It helps me I can kind of bounce around between projects. If I'm filming some things and if I'm editing the filming or editing a podcast, it's very similar. I actually use the exact same application. But if I am trying to learn, which is absorbing information, or trying to put content out, which is pushing information, it's two totally different things. So I prefer to have some kind of way of balancing the input and output, or have full dedicated days to I'm only inputting, I'm only outputting. And then that's in a very broad scope, right? It's not like, sorry, I cannot input today. So yeah, that's kind of how things are going. I have a list to do tomorrow. I finally got my car washed, and I didn't think I'd have quite the energy to do it. It was driving through a car wash, but what I was really aiming for was directly after that, I wanted to take a toothbrush and a little bit of soap and really detail a lot of the outside of my car, because we have really bad pollen here in the Pacific Northwest, and it had caked on. And so right when I got back, I went after a doctor's appointment. Which one? This one. Yeah. Right when I got back here, then I went to Trader Joe's, and then I came back and did that to my car because I needed to burn off also some nervous energy that I had. But it feels really good to get that done. It's been on my list. If you've watched my other videos, it's been on my list for a month-ish. And so it was really good to just go ahead and check that off. There is just a little bit more on the inside I want to wipe down, but really my goal was the outside, and that is done. I do have, that reminds me, I want to put here, change oil. Get my oil changed, because when I was doing this, I was like, oh yeah, it is about time for that. So we got my Trader Joe's done, and the tiny tidy. I was very low energy that day. So what I do is I record my tiny tidies a week in advance. And so the one that hasn't come out yet, I filmed here, and I edited it. It's all ready. It's all ready to go, but I literally had to do it from bed. And that's fine, because I did a tiny little thing, and it really helped me to kind of sort through that and show that I can get just a little thing done when I'm feeling really bad. So, as you can tell today, my energy is back. We did spend a lot of time in the garage. Our win this week, one of the wins I had, was we got this big metal cabinet for my husband that he's going to put his 3D printing stuff in, and he's so excited. So excited. So we got that into the garage, but then we didn't have space for it. So this morning, I got all the stuff from Buy Nothing and put it out on the driveway. And right now it is still sitting out there. I'm seeing we still have another, what time is it? I don't have a clock in front of me. Anyway, it's probably around 8 o'clock. Probably have another hour and a half of sunlight, and then we'll drag everything in. And then I'll put it back out tomorrow. But we got the cabinet situated out there. We still have, another round and another round to do in the garage. That's kind of like our basement. We don't have a basement or an attic. So that's where we dump everything. And for the most part, it feels really good to do, get another phase done. So yeah, it feels like there's some momentum there finally. And there'll be a lot more Buy Nothing stuff. So it really did help to be able to put that out on the driveway instead of trying to do it one item at a time. I didn't have time for that. Yeah, we had our payday. I paid bills. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's about it. I had put the sticker in because I forgot last time. I got that sticker out this time, my pill sticker. And yeah, so this is pretty much up to date. Sometimes I look back over the cards I pulled to kind of reflect upon this. Patterns definitely, I have to say, some of it is kind of personal. Like when I look at this and kind of reflect back on my week, it is kind of personal. But I did see patterns that were coming back up in my life that I had to address. I did see that and I addressed them. So yay. High Priestess was kind of the unknown. And yeah, there were some unknowns that were coming up. Seven of Shells was, let me take a quick look, because I have the cards for this week. Choice, ambitions, yeah, searching for ambitions, yep. Like, and then Maker of Seas, like the earth, you know how to give and care for, yeah. So I feel like those kind of helped guide me through my week. So on to this week. Let me show you the cards that I pulled. That would be the first thing. And yeah, and then I'll put those up here is where I normally do. So we have right here is a full moon in Capricorn. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Yeah, I'm feeling that. I also pulled expectation. I will say a comment here. I don't believe this deck was made by an indigenous tribe, so they are using imagery here that is very sacred to North American tribes especially. I am admiring it as beautiful art, but I do notice who made this. So I may be making some assumptions on these names, but I don't believe this is, I think this would say if it was actually made from, yeah, I'm just reading here. I think it would say, you know, so take that with, it's still this absolutely beautiful deck, but I keep that in mind and what kind of imagery is sacred to certain cultures. So expectation, and what I wrote down for that I found really interesting. So inspiration breaks through, here, let me keep that there. Inspiration breaks through expectations like a lightning bolt. It awakens and shatters doubt and fills life with creative energy. Be the creator of a fairer, more inspiring and positive one. Inspiring life, I think. I kind of shorthand this. Shift perception, raise expectations, and go into a new horizon. Be in a new horizon. I don't remember what I actually wrote, but yeah, I thought like there are expectations that people like have of you or you have of yourself, but this was kind of speaking to me more in breaking expectations, which I really liked. This is the Seven of Fire. Personal best, going the distance, perseverance, non-conformity. I'm unstoppable. Look at that. It's a ponycorn. Well, it's a unicorn, but I like to call them ponycorns. Yeah, I love the little, oh, those are dragonflies or little sprite? No, those are dragonflies. Those are dragonflies. I hadn't noticed that. I don't know if you can see. See? Very tip there. And as you know, I love dragonflies. So that's awesome. Two of crystals, kangaroo, balance, adaptability, uncharted territory. Challenges will be met when you are flexible. The wheels of progress are turning. intuition to move on. Or intuition to move into things that you want to do. Yeah, I love that. And then last one, 8 of Candles. Your passions and... Wow, my writing is not great here. Your passions and creations will propel you forward. So, like, look at all this energy, like, just moving up there. All of these decks are linked below. So yeah, those are my cards. I have my major things on here. Now it's sticker time. And I thought about going back to the summer stuff, but I just didn't feel it. I felt like this. I felt like using patterns and some colors. And so what I had missed last week was putting this one on. I'm kind of feeling this green one because we're going to put green up above. I think that's straight enough. So let me angle this for a moment while I put these up here. Yeah, I have to say, I am feeling quite the shift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of energy. Like the whole beginning of this week, I was so tired and going through some things, and today is like the total opposite. Let's see. So I think I'll start with expectation here. And then, yeah, 7 of fire. Boop, boop, boop. And then 2 of crystals, which are earth. And 8 of candles. Whoa, that's a very short 8. 8 of more fire energy, and then, oh, it looks like something's on this card right here. I don't know. I thought it was eraser. Full moon, which means a time to release in cap, which I believe is earth. So we got 2 fires and 2 earths, which is very interesting energy. I'll just say that. There's definitely some like fire creativity, yet grounding. Oh, and this candle is linked below if you are curious. It smells absolutely amazing. Oh, is this what's causing problems? Is this some schmutz down here? I was trying to see if I don't know. Just gonna clean that up. Okay, so yeah, if you want some amazing candles, it's definitely go visit the website linked below for that. I am feeling this green here. It just is giving me energy right now. And I think feeling a lot of, yeah, see how the shading is all different which ways, you know? So they just are what they're gonna be here. Whoa. Get there, please. Yeah, like I keep thinking of like the contrast of this whole week of just, I mean, the beginning of this week was the beginning of my cycle, so I was flat out and having other symptoms of things going on, and it was a lot, but it just feels so weird to be, actually, I think I still need that guy, my little pinchers. Yet today was like, I was up and going and just like, let's do this. Let's get this done. I kind of was also mentally prepared for things. We knew we were going to be out in the garage today. But, okay, what's going on here? I just want a sticker off of here. And they're kind of giving me some problems. Okay. I just wanted to stick a few of these down. Yeah, see that just some accents, just some. Ooh, this is a pretty teal one. Actually, I want to kind of put it here, and I'll explain why in a moment. Yeah, like what did I get? What did I get on things here? I'm wondering, I was just doing a test with this erasable pen, and I know a lot of people like this erasable pen. I tried it. Not there. I tried it over here because these are my goals. I tried it right here and like it erased, but I can totally read that and it's yellow. And I'm not digging that. So I thought I would plan or make plans to have a whole planning session with that pen, and I don't think I can do it. This paper is very, very white. I think it could work better on off-white. I think I want to put one purple one in here. That kind of like just mimics that, but that's okay. It's fine. It's just going to be kind of minimal this week. I think if you had off-white paper and were using that pen, it would work. I really do. This type of paper just doesn't look as good that way. Put that there. And I would like to just put one more on the other side. A little bit ways off. I don't know. You know, that's it. It doesn't have to be complicated. So my goals this week, like I was looking at the wins of like, we got, it was almost free. It was $20. Was this giant cabinet that the guy just down the street was pretty much giving it away. He has a bunch of stuff he needed to get rid of. My new doctor that I saw this last week was absolutely wonderful. And I feel really good about that. And then getting that car wash done the same day and coming home and doing a little detailing. I'm like, win, win, win. Some of the housework not getting done, what didn't work here is, just having some trouble having housework done. And you know what? To me, it's not a fail. It's an observation that didn't happen. But yet today I made it up. And then I not only got a bunch of stuff done in the garage, but I cleaned my bathroom right before this, and everything is pretty tidy around here. I'm getting through, and so I wanted to get through all the Tiny Tidy videos this week of just watching them and just commenting on the videos I like. I couldn't even get through those, so I'm finishing them up today and writing just a few more comments to people. And then getting the newsletter out. And then my lessons. Work with my energy. Like if I'm not feeling it, don't push it. Rest up, prioritize the rest for when I do feel better. That was my lesson this week. So adjusting is I'm still getting things ready to donate. And I can put a lot of pressure on myself when I'm doing that, where I want almost like this perfection of like every single thing I know that needs to go is going to be gone. That's not going to happen. We aren't perfect in that way. And most of it will go, and then I'll come home and find more. And that is normal. Although I just released a podcast saying there is no normal, but that is typical. That is just typical. So I can only do the best that I can. I'm going to prioritize this next week. I'm refining my work schedule to really pull back and allow a lot more of the group work to be done. I can see that a lot more clearly now, and so I'm only doing this video and then a tidy, and then 3 podcasts, and like that's it. Like keeping it really simple. Someone is just hammering some things outside. Let's see. I am excited to get some medical results back, but I did have some feelings. I had relief, anxiousness, I had some energy, but yet I was kind of scared about some things. I like to write down these feelings because they come and go, and they can all happen within a day. Some people like try to keep track of the feelings that you have in a day, and you fluctuate. Like I could not say, oh, I'm happy on Monday and sad on Tuesday. Like I don't find that realistic. I find that you can have a bunch of emotions within an hour and then kind of feel more calm and regulated after that. So it just kind of depends that way. I am going to put my little dots here. I'm getting these markers out. This is how long it lasted. As you can see, I need to clean these again, and that's okay. I've been using them to use them, and because I'm using them, I am proud of that. And if they get messy, they get messy. I wanted to talk about that I'm excited for the 13th, and I'm kind of seeing that the full moon is that day, and I didn't realize that. So, for me, I've always had kind of an excitement around July 13th. My cousin's birthday is that day, but for me, that is exactly 1 week before my birthday. And as I dot these, I will tell you why. The reason is because I'm trying to remember how old I was. It could have been when I was 13. I want to guess I was around when I was 13. That is my best guess about how old I was. When I was 13, we were just getting into buying CDs for music. We were a little late to the game because we were kind of late to the game on everything. Our family was. And now it's just kind of funny to say like compact discs don't even exist for most things. Although I did read I'm trying to think what publication that was. I did read an article online that they're coming back, which is kind of funny. It's like vinyl coming back, and that's what they were trying to equate it to. But I don't know. Anyway, my story is that on the 13th, my dad and I went out to buy me a compact disc player, like not little portable. I had already had a portable one. This was a proper Sony single that you just pop one CD into and be able to play. And I had some kind of receiver at the time. It was something on the cheaper. I think it was like one of those all-in-ones that it could just plug in the back. There was like only one auxiliary in the back that I could plug into, a red white back there. And I remember going out and getting it, but I knew I couldn't open it for a week. And so from the 13th through the 20th, I woke up so excited every single day because I knew what I was getting, and I was so happy about it and so excited about it. And it felt like Christmas was coming. Like, I think a lot of birthdays, you kind of know your birthday's coming up, but you don't know what's going to happen. And I loved the fact that I knew what was going to happen, if that makes sense. So, I don't know. It's just such a fond memory. And also, it's a memory of my dad. And I lost my dad when I was 23. So, I'm trying to think. It's almost to the point where, yeah, it's been over 20 years. So yeah, it was just a really good memory I had of us doing that together. And it was just really special. And so every 13th, I know it's my cousin's birthday, but it's also like, it's kind of like the start to my birthday week is the best way to describe that. And it just brings me joy. So to me, it's kind of like a portal. The 13th is this year of just like opening up and, you know, having that week before kind of be like the week before Christmas or the week before New Year's Eve or something. I guess that's not as exciting. I don't know. Sometimes the week before Halloween is kind of exciting because once Halloween is done, it's kind of time to move on to Thanksgiving. But I kind of love that fall spooky time as well. It's that preparation time. So things I want to get done this week are prep for event. So I usually rewrite this. I usually go back and rewrite the ones if I'm kind of like, that doesn't look so hot, it's hard to read. But I'm going to prep for this. And you know what? Why make more work for myself later on? How about that? So what I like it to look like is like this. Because that's what makes me feel good about the week. I'm going to get through my appointments and group work. I don't put this in any order. It's just, excuse me, I see these here and I think, okay, these are important. And sometimes I don't fill them all in until I kind of get started on the week. Oh, oil appointment. I might be able to get in this week. I'm not sure. And if I could schedule like something here for the oil change, like I can go to the doctor and then afterwards, that could work. So I think I'm going to leave the last one blank. I'm going to I did like the order these were in. So water. And I'm liking how it's just the dots. Blood pressure. I'm doing about once a week, and that's about what I need to do right now, because then they also take it at the doctor. So I think what I'll do is like Monday I'm in, and Friday I'm in, so maybe a Wednesday. Like I only took it twice last week, and it's hanging out. It's being okay. My group. And then pay bills and check on things daily. And photos and videos. I'm getting pretty good at that. I've been taking more videos of like just my coffee in the morning because I love my mugs. I just do. And I did a podcast episode on those yesterday. And I did, I just love showing them off on Instagram. So, yeah, so I've been like playing with that a lot more and experimenting. And even with my tiny tidies, I'm filming them a little differently every time and seeing like how that'll be. So I kind of learned a lesson here. I was putting in like when I was doing some cleaning, and I want to, because I'm cleaning today, it may be like pushed off until this time. So I'm actually not going to put that down. I do want to put down color. How about a green? I need to pick up a medication. Actually, I think I'm going to put these in this area because these kind of feel like the icons area unless they go up at the very top. So I want to film in the evening like I normally do there. I just keep playing with the part on the bottom. I try to put this as like work at the very bottom, but all my work always kind of moves up a little higher anyway. Like sometimes I just ignore that. I do actually have that down here for our Ridwell pickup. I thought actually I was going to do a food order this week, and we don't. I do have to like plan out which meals are when, and I don't actually have that information right now. I thought about putting this, so I stuck that around here, reminding me to kind of check in the mornings. That what happened was the sticker just fell off of these time stickers, so just having the pay and check right there is enough. But I still kind of like to have this here to remind me that there's meals there. Planning, I'm kind of digging this green, although those are very different greens. But I will be doing that. Yeah, I don't really want to put those on yet because I'm doing a lot of cleaning today. We don't have to gas up this week, but I am going to see, and I'm kind of liking this color for some reason. I want to see if I can fit in an oil change here, and I can move that little guy around. I have been checking up on plants, so I'll put that there. I do want to put in some family sync days. Kind of left it off last week, but we really need to do some planning. And I don't know, did I use these last week? I did. This is too bright. I think it's this one. Kind of more green. Let's see if I get it. Boom. Yep. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And I like that one. So yeah, maybe this is just what I'm posting. So I'll just keep these kind of the same, but maybe down here I'm not actually listing all my work stuff. Then I'm actually listing it here. And this is just what I know is going out because I use my other planner. If you caught my previous video, planning video on this channel, it was about my work content planner. So I'm trying to think if there's any other specific information. I will end this by saying right before I started recording this, I was listening to some music and kind of going over my reflections here. And here it was, say no. Saying no doesn't make you selfish, rude, or unkind. Write a list of all the things that make you feel resentful, trapped, guilty, or drained. What items on your list can you say no to this week, this month? Challenge yourself. You deserve to feel free, empowered, and in control of your time and energy. So I was looking at that and listening to music. And the music I was listening to, I can't look it up because it's on my phone and I'm recording right now with it. But the music itself was talking about making room. And this really struck me right before recording this. And it was about making room for magic in your life. And that not everything can be planned out. And that there has to be some times where you leave pockets open so that you can allow really cool, amazing things to happen for you. And that just really struck me. And I think I'm going to be talking about that more in my work in the next week or so. But it was so inspiring. I'm trying to see. I don't think I can use the actual music in any of my stuff because it's not licensed, but I might leave a link to it below because I just found it really a fun little sweet song that just kind of reminds you. And that's why I'm looking at this going, I'll figure out my meals as I go. I'm looking at each of these things. You know what? I'm looking at this a little bit more of, I'd like to put this down below because I have them on this other side here. I'm trying to be more really intentional with how I'm listing things in here. I'm trying to see if having check marks on the front of everything, which is why I just moved both of these. I'm leaving spaces for check marks there because visually that helps me understand that they are done. For some people, putting a line through. For some people, erasing. For some people, putting a check mark after. Like a lot of times I'll put check marks after. But then sometimes I don't see them as much. So I really was trying to put check marks before. It helped me. And just to leave more space because I know these are going to fill up. And then seeing here that I have more space in my work so I can really focus. That's my biggest thing this next week is just really focusing on group work and inviting a little magic into my life. So anyway, that is my video for this week. If you really enjoyed this, see if you can think of anybody who you could send a link to this video and just share some of these thoughts, some of the thought process into planning your energy. I know this next week, I think I'm going to feel more energized, but it doesn't mean I need to like stack everything up. So if you really enjoyed hearing this kind of stuff, like, subscribe, pass it on to a friend. And I would love to kind of grow this community here, which is really looking at our energy and how we can plan ahead, but also leave pockets for just having life happen too. Okay. Till next time, everyone. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.